Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the first class of this week, lecture 18 of Unit 2 from Refrigeration and Air Conditioning subject. Today in this class, we'll discuss about the other type of air conditioning system working on variable compression refrigeration type, that is floor type and cassette type of AC systems and related problems. Right? So in the last class, we have discussed about the window AC and split AC. Today in this class, we'll discuss about floor mounted and roof mounted and cassette type of air conditioning system. One second. Yes. So coming to the floor type of air conditioning system, so we have seen the window type of AC systems and the split type of AC systems. So here the floor type of AC system is again working on VCR system. The floor type is another type of conditioner unit that is commonly used in places such as horizontal places such as restaurants, halls, hotels, data centers, etc. So why it has been named as a floor mounted? Because basically standing on the floor, just like our air cooler, it is mounted, it is standing on the floor and it is fixed to certain area. But if you see the air cooler, we can move, we are having the wheels at the bottom and we can move from one place to other place, whereas this floor mounted air conditioner doesn't have that type of system. That's why when you're doing the process, it should be very careful. Other type of indoor systems that are wall mounted, ducted type, ceiling exposed, portable and window type. Right? The fans of this coil are located indoor. So the fans, coils, units are located in the indoor side of the casing. The outdoor side of the casing or conductor are located outside the building where the heat is rejected. Okay, the outdoor unit is located outside the building just like your split AC where the heat is rejected through the vapor compression cycle. So here also the floor mounted system is working on vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Right? Yes. The outer unit and condenser are located outside the building where the heat is rejected through the vapor or the compression cycle. Here, the refrigerant what we are using in this type of floor mounted system is R22, which is the oldest type and most cost effective. But this refrigerant is not ozone friendly and its production has been stopped. Why? Because of recycling. There is no recycling for this R22 refrigerant. Due to the recycling problem, this refrigerant is still available but totally phase out of by 2030 year. So that's why it is not used because of cost effective and other technical problems. The more ozone friendly refrigerant what we are using in this floor mounted is R407C and R410A. Many manufacturing people are producing these ACs and selling them in the market. So whatever the company, whatever the design they are making, but the what type of circle it is having. So what type of cycle it is having? It is basically it is having the one type of system. The most eco-friendly refrigerator is R410A and 407C. But the refrigerants can cause global warming. A new refrigerant that is having less global warming effect is R32. So these are the some of the points which we can remember for the competitive exams, right? The less global warming refrigerant what we are using is R32, but the other things causes global warming. So see the figures here. The figure one shows it is a column air conditioning which is a floor type, right? So it is a floor type right? So here is a floor mounted column air conditioning system, and it is a floor mounted cabinet air conditioning system. So by the physical configuration we can say that it is it is mounted on the floor, which some people will use this type of column air conditioning system, which is run by VCR, which is run by VC and R. Next, so next, floor mounted air conditioning description and applications. Okay, the floor mounted split air conditioning can really be subdivided into two groups. So here the floor mounted split ACs are divided into two groups. Firstly, column type air conditioner, which is large and having high capacity units used where the large room is used to cool and the building reasons why several small outlets cannot be used. Typical type of applications include lobbies, reception and waiting areas. The high court the high output of these air conditioners means that they produce a strong flow of cool air. So the applications where we are using this floor mounted is the lobbies, outside lobbies, reception areas, waiting areas. And the high output of this ACs means they produce a strong cool flow of air which does not allow occupants to be close proximity to the air conditioner. So what's the advantage of this one? It will provide strong flow of cool air which does not affect the Marukunda system. So it does not affect the system. Here, the high output of this ACs means producing cool air which does not allow occupants to in close places of the air conditioner. So secondly, there there are small cabinets, right? Secondly, there are a smaller cabinet style of ACs which are far smaller, more like the dimensions of storage heater, a tall upright freezer, dimensions of the column air conditioner. Typically, their capacities are up to 15,000 BTU and they are ideal for providing high efficiency climate, etc. Right? High climate, etc. One second, some student have been arrived. Okay. These both type of ACs are typically installed by refrigeration engineers as they do not usually have quick connection types. Therefore, the people right. So if we see here, the floor mounted type is of two types. One second, you're having some little disturbance in this screen. The screen is somewhat, yes. So the floor mounted type is divided into two types, two categories. One is column air condition. So column means just a post. Column air condition, which is having very large high capacity units where a large room is cooled and where they may be the building's reason why similar small outlets can be used. Now, the typical applications of this column type are lobbies, reception areas, and waiting rooms. The high output of these ACs means that they produce a strong flow of cool air. So, whatever the high output of the AC, whatever the configuration of the AC is there, thereby the output will be also very strong, which does not allow occupants, right? Next. So here they are ideal for providing high efficiency climate control to new conservatories. These both type of ACs, right, are typically installed by refrigeration engineers only, and the piping work and cabling between the inside and outside elements are installed to the building, and then the system is in charge with the refrigerant. So finally the refrigerant will be added. This is about split AC system. Uh, Next one type is ceiling cassette air conditioner. So till now we have discussed about three types of air conditioners. One is window type of air conditioner, other one is a split air conditioner, third one is a column type air conditioner, and fourth one is a cassette type air conditioner. See the figure here. So the figure shows here ceiling cassette air conditioner. Where this type of air conditioners we have seen in movie theaters, right? In movie theaters, in hotels, in hotels.
పాపం నిన్ను
Coming to the Cassatte type air conditioning system. In this system, if you see the shopping malls, uh, cinema theaters, and any functions like this, you can see this type of, you can see this type of ceiling system. You can see this type of ceiling system which is attached to the POP setting, right? Common place in offices and suspended ceilings, the cassette type air conditioner, sometimes known as cartridge type of air conditioner. The other name of cassette type of air conditioning is cartridge air conditioning system, usually designed to be fitted with one of the two ceiling style spaces. The bulk of the unit is unseen as it above the ceiling line, and the only visible part of a decorative lower facing of the central inlet grill at four edge layers. The main advantage of this unit is aesthetics. What's the meaning of aesthetics here? The outer design, the outer color, the design, the comfortness, the customized design, right? But also they are centrally mounted unit being distributed in four directions. A single cassette type air conditioning can do the same job of as well as three or four wall mounted units. So what is the differentiation, what is the comparison it is saying? Whenever you are using wall mounted, previous మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, the wall mounted air condition, whenever we are using this type of cassette type of air condition, so one cassette air condition is equal to four wall mounted air conditions. See how the differentiation between the wall mounted and cassette type or cartridge air conditioning system, right? Next, see here, when there is a sufficient ceiling height, so for starting from the ground layer to the top height, when there is a sufficient ceiling height to suspend any under ceiling unit, as they are designed to be entirely within a room. So as they are designed totally entirely within a room, they may be a reasonably aesthetic. However, the ceiling air conditioning do inevitably looking like overly cumbersome items to hang from a ceiling. So generally these are designed to lift air vertically into the unit. Some discharge treatment treated air horizontally along the ceiling, avoiding the direct discharge into the occupants, and some allow air discharge from four sides. So whenever you are thinking of this cartridge type of air conditioning system, it is saying that the due to the design of this system, the air is lifted vertically. So cassette type దాని కింద ఎయిర్ మొత్తం all space will occupy కాబట్టి whenever you switch on, whenever the process is going on, it will suck the air vertically and discharges the air horizontally, right? So it sucks the air vertically and discharges throughout seamlessly horizontal along the ceiling, providing the direct discharge into the occupants. See here the package air conditioning air cooled condenser. So these are the capacitors. This is a blower and this is a circuit board. The optical resistance heater, the compressor, condensing coil, and a condensing fan. So this is a large unit where the package air conditioning air cooled condenser is situated. Now the next one to be discussed is central air conditioning plants. Central air conditioning plants. The central air conditioning plants are used when large buildings, hotels, theaters, airports, shopping malls are to be air conditioned completely. So if you see some shopping malls in cities, those shopping malls are totally air conditioned, starting from entrance of the door to the washroom to every place. Each corner of the building is totally centrally air conditioned. The window and split air conditions are used for single rooms or small office spaces. So generally we have already discussed about the window and split ACs, where these are used for the small office, small room spaces. If the whole building is to be cooled, it is not economically viable. So to put window or air conditioning in such system is very difficult. Therefore, the small units can't satisfy the cool the larger halls. Right? Now Coming to the types of central air conditioning system plants, so because of the heavy usage and heavy tonnage, so the window or split AC are not used for this type of systems, for this type of applications. Now coming to the types of central air conditioning systems, so basically there are two types of systems. One is direct expansion or DX central air conditioning plant. So direct expansion system or DX air conditioning plant. Here, the huge compressor in this system, the huge compressor and the condenser are housed in a plant room. So the AC is separately located at the ground floor of a building where the entire room is wholly filled with the air conditioner, right? While the expansion valve and the evaporator or the cooling fan, the air handling unit are located are housed in separate room. The cooling coil is fixed in the air handling unit. So here the cooling coil is fixed in the air handling unit, which is also has a large blower housed in it, right? The blower sucks the hot return air from the room through ducts and blows it over the cooling coil. The cooled air is then supplied through the various ducts and into the spaces where it is to be cooled. This type of system is useful for small buildings. So the direct expansion air conditioning plant, these are generally used for small to medium type of buildings and commercial places where it is cooled through the spaces to the ducts. So if you see a example of any office or any theater or any hospitals, you can see at the top you are having a duct, right? So if you open a duct and see, you can see a channel where a person can move in that area, right? Next one, chilled water central air conditioning plant. So the first one is direct expansion central air conditioning plant and chilled water central air conditioning plant. So here this type of system is more useful for large buildings comprising number of floors. So whenever you are using a big shopping complex or a building where the floors are more, we are using chilled water type of air conditioning system. It has a plant room where all the units like compressor, condenser, evaporator, throttling valve, expansion valve are housed in a such place. The evaporator is a shell and a tube. On the tube side of a freon fluid passes extremely low temperature, while on the shell side the brine solution is passed. Right after passing through the evaporator, the brine solutions get chilled and is pumped at various handling units, right? So we are having two sides, one is a brine solution, other one is a other side where freon fluid passes, right? The brine solution gets chilled and is pumped to the various air handling units installed at different floors of the building. The air handling units comprise of the cooling coil through which the chilled brine flows and the blower. The blower sucks the hot return air and blows it to the cooling coil. The cool air is then supplied to the space to be cooled through the ducts. The brine solution, which has absorbed the room heat, right? The brine solution, which has absorbed the room heat, comes back to the evaporator, gets chilled again, and pumped back to the air conditioning handling unit. So in this way, the air is recirculated in the ducts in this chilled water central air conditioning plants, which are used for the heavy industrial applications, right? So with this, we'll stop here. Uh, the time is up. We'll continue in the next class. So the time is 50. We started at 2:10, right? 2:50, and I'm third. Yes.